Welcome back to this class. This is mathematics class for GSS 1. So this is the first video that I will be making on week 2 of your curriculum. In your scheme of work, week 2 is still about whole numbers. So we have treated whole numbers throughout the week 1 videos. But this time around, we want to look at basic operations on whole numbers. Basic operations on whole numbers. First of all, what do we call operations? That is basic operations. So these are the symbols that we use to combine two or more whole numbers together. The symbols that help us to combine two or more whole numbers together. So we have many of them. But the basic ones among them are just 4 in number. So let's consider the basic operations. Basic operations. So the first one is operation addition. Addition. So addition is the first operation, followed by subtraction. Subtraction. So the third one is multiplication. Multiplication. And then the last one is division. Division. So these are the 4 basic operations that we are going to be dealing with when we are talking about whole numbers. So, however, each one of them has its own unique symbol. For addition, we use this symbol plus. So this is what we call plus. So that means another way of saying addition is to use the word plus or plus. So also, another way of saying the word addition is to use the word sum. 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 So when you are dealing with addition, you'll be hearing the word plus, you'll be hearing the word sum. So all they mean the same thing. Or they will say total. Take the total of this. So, or they say all together. So we have different words for addition. And when we are talking about addition, this is the process of increasing one number by another number. So when you have, for example, if you have 5 plus 2, 5 plus 2 simply means increasing 5 by a unit of 2. So in the next video, I'm going to deal with addition specially, but this is just a small introduction to this. Next is subtraction. So the symbol for subtraction is minus. Okay, let me just remove brackets and quote it. So subtraction is minus. So that means another way of saying subtraction is to say minus. Minus. So another word for subtraction or minus is difference. 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 So difference. Sometimes, so most of my abroad students, they will say takeaway, takeaway. So they are used to saying the word takeaway. So you say 5 takeaway. So these are some of the ways of saying the word subtraction. Good. Now, what does subtraction mean? Subtraction is the process of reducing or decreasing a number by another number. So for example, if I say 5 minus 2, so this simply means I want to reduce the number 5. I want to reduce 5 by a unit of 2. So that's the meaning of subtraction. So, and if I'm to do that, the answer here will be 3. So if I take away 2 from 5. But the answer for this 5 plus 2, this will simply give me 7. So that's how it means. That's what it means. In the next video, I'm going to explain more on each one of them. Next is multiplication. Multiplication, the symbol for multiplication is times. This is cross. So a slash crossing the other slash. So they are just like diagonal, crossing each other. So another way of saying the word multiplication is to use the word times. 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 So times. Then another way of saying it is to use the word product. They always use the word product. Product. So for example, I can have 5 times 2. So the answer for this is 10. So what does this mean? Is that how many times can you add 5 to itself to get to 10? So it is only 2 times that you can add 5 to itself to get to 10. So that's the meaning. Or simply, if you want to, 5 times 2 means you want to add 5 twice to get to 10. So that's it. Now, the last one here is division. The symbol for division is this. So let me write it well. Just write stroke, then you put a number on, you put dot on top and dot under. So this is the division sign. Another way of saying division is quotient. So another word for division is quotient. That is the answer you get after dividing a number by another number is called quotient. So for example, I can have 10 divided by 2, which will give me 5. So 10 divided by 2 simply means how many times can I add 2 to itself to get to 10? That will be 5 times. Or how many times can I subtract 2 from 10 to get to how many times can I subtract 2 from 10 to get to 0? That means I'll go 5 times. So that my result will later be 0. So these are the basic operations on whole numbers. However, as you go higher in this topic, you will still need to learn about mixed operation. Mixed operations. Mixed operations. Yes. So I'm going to treat this in special videos too. So mixed operation occurs when you have 2 or more of these in a single question. So sometimes you can have the combination of addition and subtraction in a single question. Or sometimes you have multiplication and division in a single question. So you now need to know which one are you going to treat first. Are you going to go for the multiplication before the division, or you go for the division before the addition? So there is a rule that guides that for you to get the correct answer, because you don't just do them anyhow. That is what we call the BEDMAS rule. BEDMAS rule. Sometimes they call it a BODMAS rule. BODMAS rule. So in part, they call it PEMDAS rule or PEDMAS rule. Any of that are the same thing. So B stands for division. So B stands for brackets. I for indices. Indices. So B is brackets. You treat bracket first when you have bracket in a question. I stands for indices. So that's powers and square, cube and so on. So D stands for division. So you have to treat division first. M stands for multiplication. Multiplications. So next is A, that's addition. 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 Next is S, which is subtraction. Subtraction. So the only difference between BEDMAS and BODMAS is this O. O in this one stands for off. Off, which simply means multiplication. But in some textbook, you see order of operation. That is, you have to follow the order of the operation. So all the same. So for now, this is where I'm going to stop. Meet me in the next video where we are going to be breaking down addition from the simplest to the most complex. Thank you.